How do we pursue all our dreams with only 24 hours in a day?
How do we learn to love ourselves despite all of our flaws?
How do we strive to be better when perfection can't really be attained?
Hello, madams!
It's your internet at us again, answering your questions and figuring out our own answers as we go along.
I am Rizza LANA-SEBASTIAN.
I am Ayn Bernos.
And you're listening to the bootcamp for grown-ups in progress,
Camp Confidence.
And welcome back to the bootcamp for grown-ups in progress,
Camp Confidence. Welcome back, mga madam. And for today's episode, we're going to be a little lighter because we want to talk about something that we do when we rest.
Nagpapahinga din tayo, madam.
Yes. And like we've said in the past, rest is productivity too. So, ano bang ginagawa natin pagka nagpapahinga tayo?
Aside from, I take a lot of naps, madam. Kapag nag-rest ako, Josh and I loves watching movies.
Same,
And mga series.
Bingers ba kayo, mga madam? Cause, ikaw.
Ako, oo. Kami, yes.
Ako nakakatawa kasi, there was a time I tried to stop binge watching because alam ko, pag sinimulan ko ang isang K-drama series, wala nang tigilan yan hanggang sa matapos ko until the end.
Ako, ang pinakamalala ko nun, madam, that time was Money Heist. Grabe yung first season ng Money Heist. I never stopped.
Did you watch it with subtitles?
I did. With subs.
In Spanish?
In Spanish.
Sí. Claro. Meron kaming fun fact for you guys. So, according to an article by Mashable, binge watching promotes relaxation and decreased stress. And I do feel that way.
I agree.
Kaya for today's episode, we want to talk about some of the shows and the films that we are currently binging and we have been constantly repeating yung mga binabalik-balikan namin ng mga shows, films, na for us, comfort, and for us, pahinga. So, para baka may ma-discover tayong new shows. And if you guys have any recommendations for us, let us know by sharing this episode on Instagram, Twitter, wherever. Just tag us at Camp Confidence Radio. And also, yung personal na rin namin, Ayn Bernos and Rizza Lana.
Game, madam. Ano ang current binge mo?
Current binge. Oh my gosh. I've been waiting for this episode because ang tagal ko na gusto ko mag-rave about Physical 100.
Oh my God.
Napanood mo na ba yan?
I have to. Kasi ang daming nagpo-post.
Yes.
And as a fit girl,
yeah.
As a fitness girl, I think I need to.
And ito yung mga kinds of shows na, yes, we are just binging them, pero nakaka-inspire talaga siya. Super inspired ako personally. Ganito kami ng siblings ko. We watch these shows. Ito yung mga... So, to give you guys a quick summary, Physical 100 is a Korean reality TV show where 100 of their top athletes battle it out to see kung sino yung pinakamalakas or who has the supreme body. So, yung pinaka-powerful, pinaka-strong, pinaka-everything. And this includes athletes from different sports. So, meron silang Olympian na gymnast. Meron silang Olympian na wrestler. Meron silang world champion na, MMA fighter. Meron silang cheerleader. Meron silang crossfitter. Tapos, also, we have young athletes, and then we have this, ang name niya is Sexy Yama. Gosh, grabe siya. Sobrang lakas niya and he's like a legend in MMA.
Okay.
Tapos, imagine, kung sa Filipino version ng Physical 100, we would have Heidelin Diaz, we would have Manny Pacquiao, like, fighting. Imagine, parang ang saya nun.
Wait, paano sila nagbabattle? As in, weightlifting ba to? Paano sinusukat yung lakas nila, ganon?
So, basically, they have 5 quests.
Okay.
Tapos, dun sa quests na yun, iba-iba yung parang china-challenge. So, merong balance, strength, ganon. Depende dun sa, parang siyang obstacles, but then iba-iba yung mga challenges niya. So, it's not a typical sport, but it tests your physical attributes. So sobrang, ang galing talaga. Kasi ako na-inspire ako, parang, I wanna be that strong. And makikita mo na iba-iba yung itsura ng katawan nila. So you have people who are so buff. You have people who are so skinny. And yet, magugulat ka dun sa mga na-achieve nila. Tapos parang, grabe yung motivation nila. And to me, that's so inspiring. So, every Tuesday, I've been binging it. But right now, all the episodes are out on Netflix. So, if you want to check it out, panoorin nyo. It's so good.
Ililista ko yan.
Oh, ilista mo talaga, madam.
As a
Sasabi ko
fit
sa'yo.
girl.
Oh, as a fit girl. Tayo mga gym girls dyan. You have to watch it.
Ako, current kasing binibinge namin ni Josh is Modern Family.
Again,
Forever and ever. Forever and ever kami ni Josh, Modern Family. Pero, yung weekly na inaabangan namin is Last of Us. On HBO. Ayan. Sobrang, kasi si Josh, diba, as a gamer, so, nalaro niya yon. Tapos, wala lang.
ano yung summary ng The Last of Us?
So, The Last of Us kasi is parang may pandemic din na nangyari. Ang nangyari is parang may nag-spread na fungi. Tapos, what happens is parang nagiging zombies na kinakain na ng fungi yung brains ng mga tao. And parang post-apocalyptic world siya. Ganon. Tapos, ang mga survival skills, yung mga andon. And relationships also. Mga ganon. So,
And it's adapted from a game.
from a game, yes.
Pinapanood din namin to ni Jowa. And we've been catching the episodes every Monday siya. Nagda-drop,
Every
no?
Monday.
Ay, ang ganda. Hindi ako gamer, but like, I really appreciate it. If you like a good zombie, if you got like a good zombie show, I recommend it as well.
Tsaka by the way, yun yung mga gusto kong shows. As, parang hindi siya masyadong sa personality ko.
Off-brand siya.
Off-brand ko siya. Pero mahilig ako sa mga zombies, mga sci-fi, aliens, mga gano'n.
Mahilig ka ba sa true crime?
Not much.
Madami kasing mga true crime, mga documentaries. One that I recently watched, although it's kind of late, medyo late na ako dito, pero I recently watched The Tinder Swindler.
Oh,
Napanood mo
okay.
yun?
Not yet.
So, it's about a guy who scams women by dating them on Tinder. So, parang nila-love bomb niya yung mga babae
Okay.
to think na, oh, he's so in love with them. And then he's posing as this super rich person. Tapos, what I like about it is, nahulin nila. So, parang the women found out na they were being scammed. And then they got together to help bring him down. Although, hindi pa rin nakukuha fully yung justice that they deserve. Kasi, grabe na baon sa utang yung mga babae. But, nahuli siya eventually. And, scammer talaga siya. Yeah, it's actually quite interesting how people can be so confident. Yung con artist, natutunan ko yun recently. It means pala, like, con man means confidence man. Parang, oh, what the heck? Like, that's what it means. Alam ko yung concept ng confidence man. Alam ko din yung concept ng con man. Pero hindi ko sila na-connect ever. Pero, anyway, it was just him being so confident about, oh, I'm the heir to this business, blah, 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 and I have millions. Tapos, sinasabi niya na may mga humahabol sa kanya. Tapos, napapaniwala niya yung mga tao. And of course, like, the women that he swindled, sobrang, like, they care about him, genuinely. So, syempre, kung sinasabi mo na may humahabol sa'yo, they need this much money, he need this much money, syempre, diba? So, ayun, ang dami niya naloko, and it was actually, nakakaawa yung mga naswindle niya. But they were also empowered na, we're not gonna let this get us down. Tapos, they found a way to kind of, ang tawag dito, they found a way to get him caught. So, ayun, it was nice to see how they got together. And the power of journalism, the power of the media.
Right. Cool. Okay, i-check ko din yan.
Yeah.
Ako
Ano bang
naman,
genres? Yeah.
we also have Kdramas.
K-drama!
Pero kami, favorite namin ni Josh definitely is Itaewon Class.
Yes,
It's
business.
a very business K-drama, and it's not the pa-cute business lang. Ano kasi siya, yung premise is yung bida, he wants to have a restaurant and gusto niyang magkaroon ng chain of restaurants, ganyan. Tapos yung lagi siyang pinapahirapan ng kontrabida, of course. And sobrang nakaka-relate lang kami ni Josh. Can I just say na ganun talaga eh. Parang, if there's one K-drama that would depict entrepreneurship, the real entrepreneurship, it might be Itaewon Class. I think siguro, could be my favorite K-drama of all time. Itaewon. Kasi, as in lahat ng mga drama, yung mga pagpapahirap ng mga lalaking korporasyon sa'yo, ganon, yung how will you handle your staff, paano ka makikilala on social media as a business, ganun. Parang isa 'yon sa mga pinakamalapit, I would say, with entrepreneurship. Yung as in yung behind closed doors na nangyayari.
I love how when you watch shows, it's also a way to manifest what you want to happen to you. To me, when I binge watch something, it's because I want to see myself in that situation sometimes. Obviously, not the zombie apocalypse, but yung mga shows like Ito One Class, ano pa ba? Um, Hometown Cha-Cha-Cha.
Ang cute ng hometown cha-cha-cha.
Gusto ko yun because I'm so enamored by the small town living aesthetic, that life, the peace and calm of
Correct.
living in a small town. Parang,
Tsaka I think we could very much relate to all the rackets we do.
oo. Raketera yun eh, si
Oo.
ano.
Basta yun, yung bida kasi, as in lahat ginagawa niya. Siya yung mailman, siya yung delivery boy, siya yung fisherman, siya yung plumber, as in lahat. Tapos parang wala, relate lang ako doon na lahat ng pwedeng gawin at pagkakitaan sa buhay, ginagawa namin ni Madam Ayin.
But also, si dentist. Ano
Yes,
ba
si
yan? Ba't di
dentist.
natin kilala
Basta
yung mga
yung
pangalan? Basta
ayan.
si dentist, she starts her own clinic in the seaside towns. It's just so nice.
Super relate.
It's so interesting to see that come to life. Gusto ko yung mga ganun, mga that kind of stuff. But also, sorry, one last before we go to our next ano. Pero may isa pa akong recommendation. If you guys are interested in like documentaries, there's a good one on HBO Go. That's called 100 Foot Wave. And it's about this town in Nazaré in Portugal. Tapos, it's all about the big wave surfing. So, you know how surfing, nagpapaddle kayo, di ba? Tapos, once the wave is there, tatayo kayo, tapos you ride the wave. With big waves, you get a jet ski to pull you. Tapos yun yung maglalagay sa'yo sa wave. And then you ride the big wave. And imagine, these waves are like 8 stories high. As in, kasing laki siya ng building. And it's literally like snowboarding down a mountain, except the mountain is water. Ganun siya. Tapos, this town of Nazaré in Portugal is a small town na hindi siya known for big wave surfing or anything like that. Tapos, there is this surfer who discovers it through an email from the city hall na they showed na there is this, tinan nyo, picture ng wave namin. Like, do you think you can surf here? So over the next few years, they build a team trying to find out a way to surf waves there. Kasi sobrang hirap mag-surf doon. Because normally, if you guys are into surfing, usually isang direction lang yung wave and predictable siya. So when you're there, you know where to go or at least saan yung jet ski, saan yung safe zone. But with Nazare, merong malaking trench underwater. So ang weird nung waves niya, as in pag ganon, pag ganon, pag ganon. So you need to be watching us on YouTube or Spotify right now para makita niyo yung motions ng kamay ko. Kasi pag ganon-ganon yung waves. And it's
I-like,
so...
i-comment, and subscribe na rin kayo.
Oo, and like, comment, subscribe, 5-star review, ganun. Sobrang crazy niya because dun ko lang naintindihan how these athletes make money. Sobrang wala siyang kinalaman sa 100 Foot Wave. But I like watching documentaries like that kasi dun ko nakita how other people use marketing, use how they make a career out of these very unconventional professions. Like big wave surfing, that's so, alam mo yun, like how do you make a money surfing? Yun yung iniisip ko minsan eh. Like parang, Paano sila kumikita just by doing what they love?
Oo.
Tapos na-realize ko na, oh, okay, brands like, for example, Red Bull, which I worked at way back, they would sponsor surfers. Tapos parang wala lang, na for me, as a dreamer, it gives me a lot of ideas of how other people have all of these unconventional ways to make money and fund what they love to do. So yun. But also very interesting yung big waves kasi
Mm.
ibang mundo siya, and it just brings me out of that place. Pag napapagod ako sa trabaho, ganyan, I just like to turn on something that has nothing to do with my job, with anything
Oo.
that's related to my life, and like I literally transport myself to Portugal. Yun ang papanoorin ko habang nagme-makeup. Ang saya. Yeah, I like it.
Ano ba? Ako, last na. I also like Silicon Valley
I've
on
never
HBO
watched
Go.
it.
It's super nice. Ano siya? It's the life of having a VC. Kunwari, mga tech companies yun eh. Pag magpo-put up ka ng apps, tech
What's a VC?
companies, venture capital. So, VC is venture capital. Ito yung meron ng mga kapitalistang nag-invest sa'yo. Kapitalista talaga. Mga venture capitalists na nag-invest sa'yo, tutulungan ka to manage your tech company, tech startup, ganon. Tapos, pinapakita nila doon yung highs and lows of being funded, pros and cons of being funded in a business. Tapos, nakakatuwa doon kasi parang nakaka-relate ako dun sa mga times na parang, oh my gosh, naka-fund sila, tapos biglang babagsak na naman yung business, tapos panibagong put up na naman sila ng tech company, tapos bagsak na naman. Tapos parang, kapag na-experience kayo, especially sa totoong buhay in business, parang sabi ko, okay, hindi lang pala ako yung ganon. Nakaka-relate ako sa mga sinasabi nila. So, yun. So, if you are someone who wants to put up a tech company in the future, fun siya panoorin.
Per
Silicon
question,
Valley.
are you VC funded? Hindi ba kayo bootstrapped?
Bootstrapped kami, madam.
So, mga madam, word of the day, bootstrapped is when you start a business using your own money from the ground up. VC funded, meaning meron kayong outside investor na naglagay ng pera into your business and you answer to them. So, parang
Correct.
ganun.
Word
May
of the
bago tayong
day.
lesson.
From Teacher
Per.
Ayan.
Thank you very much. So, ayun. I should get into that, pero ayoko na kasi ng business. Charot lang! Joke lang. Magne-negosyo pa rin tayo, guys.
Yes!
Magtatrabaho
Negosyo
pa rin tayo.
Racket forever. Diba? Ganun.
Okay, but anyway, so yun yung those are just some of the TV shows that we've been watching. But I wanna go to yung binabalik-balikan natin because, meron na naman kaming reference, guys. So, according to psychologist, may psychologist. According to psychologist Pamela Rutledge, in an article by Middle, rewatching a movie or a show that you really enjoy can be a simple way of controlling your emotions when you are feeling anxious. Sino mga may anxiety dyan? Sabi niya, and I quote, "It can become really therapeutic, especially if you are feeling anxious. Watching the same piece multiple times reaffirms that there is order in the world and that it can create a sense of safety and comfort on a primal level." Nafe-feel mo ba yun when you rewatch stuff na parang,
Yes.
ayoko sa mundo ko ngayon, dito tayo sa mundo
lang.
ng show
Dito
ko.
ako sa mga nire-rewatch kong memorize ko ng mga script.
Like what?
Modern Family, of course. I really love Modern Family. If you don't know Modern Family yet, ano kasi siya? It's a sitcom ba siya?
Sitcom.
It's a sitcom that
Portrays
different families. Tapos parang kasi ako very tight-knit kasi yung family namin. Very close ako very close ako sa parents ko, very close ako sa siblings ko. So, I can really relate to the family of Phil and Claire, ganon. Na, ayun, dinidiscuss doon yung mga current issues, traumas, ganon, na in a comedic way.
Yeah, very light, very comedic.
Yes, light, relatable, and May Frenchie din kasi sila doon na dog, si
Ay, oo
Stella.
nga, no.
So, diba, if you guys know, I have Bagnet, my Frenchie. So, ayun. Favorite ko talaga siya, madam. As in, ngayon, yun pa rin yung binibinge watch namin ni Josh. 11 seasons yata siya. 7th season na kami ngayon.
Inuulit niya from the top.
From the
Pag
start.
ganon.
Yes.
Kami ni Elian, my sister. So, when we are bored and we want, just background noise, we like watching Friends. Tapos, instead of going from the beginning, what we do is like, pick a number from 1 to 10, and then, halimbawa, 6. That means season 6.
Okay.
This afternoon, pick a number from 1 to 24 or kung ilan man yung episodes, and then we start with that episode. So, because we've watched it so many times, we pick up from any of the episodes, tas alam na namin yung mangyayari. And it's just like, it's so comforting. It's just, wala lang. Paulit-ulit lang. Tapos another one is Gossip Girl.
Gossip Girl.
Yeah.
Gossip.
Ganun lang kami. Simple lang.
Ako, isa pang favorite ko, Brooklyn Nine-Nine.
Yes. Same. Kami ng jowa ko, I would say, we are very Amy and Jake.
Talaga?
Amy-Jake relationship. Kasi Amy, okay.
I feel like I'm an Amy.
Yeah,
Pero
you
I don't
are.
think Josh is a Jake. I don't know.
My boyfriend is a Jake.
I'm 100% Amy.
Yeah, okay. For those of you who have not watched Brooklyn Nine-Nine, to give you guys a quick summary, it's a sitcom as well about police station. So, yung character sa sinasabi namin, si Jake, is a detective who is very
Chill.
He's so
Laid
chill,
back.
laid back, and funny. Amy naman is the end game and also a detective. And she's very goal-oriented,
Very
driven.
type A.
Type A, super type A. Organized. I would say she's a Virgo. Virgo siya. Feel ko talaga Virgo siya. If not, Capricorn. So, si Jake and Amy, anyway, they're like nemesis at the beginning. And then towards the end, they're like together.
Spoiler alert!
Spoiler alert! But anyway, kami ng jowa ko, very Jake and Amy relationship kami. Tapos I'm like, if they can get it together, kaya din namin.
to.
Yeah.
Yes, true.
Oo.
True.
Kasi kung gaano ako ka-uptight, like honestly, I can be a little too much, but then nababalance out ako. Kasi Jake Peralta yung jowa ko eh.
Same. Sa bagay, chill din si Josh.
Chill din si Josh eh. He's just like,
Hinahayaan lang niya akong maging me.
Oo.
Diyan ka na. Kung anong gusto mong trip. Yan.
Pero yung jowa ko kasi, like, Jake Peralta siya in the sense na pinipikot niya ako. Kasi di ba, si Jake Peralta parang, like, pinagtitripan
Pinaprovoke
niya.
niya minsan
Pinoprovoke niya
si
yung,
Amy.
ni Amy. So, medyo ganun yung relationship namin, which I love. So, yan. Okay. Now, when do you think is binging bad? Kasi here's a problem. We can binge for rest and we can binge when we need a break. But at the same time, sometimes that gets in the way of productivity, which is what happens sometimes. How do you know when to stop?
I push myself to stop.
Paano?
Hindi ko rin alam, pero I have a calendar. Alam niyong sobrang strict ko with my calendar schedule. And I think I'm just the kind of person na kapag nakakalendaryo yan, dapat gawin ko.
Natitrain mo ba sarili mo to do that?
I would say I'm trainable. I mean, I would say na you can train yourself to do that. Kasi syempre, marami din tayong responsibilidad, marami din tayong mga kailangan gawin sa buhay, and if hindi natin gagawin yung mga kailangan natin sa buhay, paano tayo kikita ng pera? At kung hindi tayo kikita ng pera, anong pambayad natin sa Netflix?
Anong pambayad natin sa HBO Go Disney Plus?
So, ayun. So, I think it's the responsibility kicking in na kailangan ko magtrabaho.
But it's hard sometimes.
It's definitely
to
hard.
do that, especially when
Sobra.
you're sucked into, for example, nanood kami ng brother ko ng Loki sa Disney Plus. Tapos, tinapos namin in one sitting. The whole weekend nandun. In fairness, it's good bonding time. As in, like, my brother and I don't get to hang out that much. Pero nung nasimula namin yung Loki,
Wala na.
di kami makaalis.
Ilang seasons yun?
One season, I think. It was one season, pero 6 episodes. Ganun.
Okay,
Inubos
okay.
namin ng isang araw. Tapos yun. Pero I mean, for me, mahirap kasi siya
Oo.
tigilan.
Oo.
But, prevention is better than cure, sabi nga nila. So, what I do is, when I know that I don't have time to binge, I delay it. So, for example, weekend ngayon, tapos wala naman akong gagawin this weekend kasi natapos ko na, binigyan ko na yung time slot ko na eto na, this is your time, this is Ayin Day. I see a K-drama that I want to start. I know it's gonna take me more than 4 days to finish. So, inaano ko na yan na, okay. So, kailangan medyo maluwag-luwag ako ng Monday. Kailangan medyo i-adjust ko na yung iba. Because otherwise, di talaga ako matutulog, madam. As in, pag nagsimula talaga ako, tas talaga na-hook ako, di ko titigilan. So, what I do is, before I even start, I clear up my schedule, I make it a point na, okay, I'll allow myself to binge.
Okay.
Another trick is to watch things that are weekly. Yung may mga weekly releases.
Oo.
So,
Para isa lang.
oo, wala akong choice kasi wala eh. There's nothing to
Totoo.
binge.
Ako, one thing that worked for me naman, ako kasi minsan reward system ang sistema ko sa buhay ko. So, okay, so if I finish this blah 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 blah, blah tasks, I will allow myself to binge at within 6 hours. 6-hour binge, mga ganon. So, parang yun yung reward ko sa sarili ko, ganon. I think, effective din yun. Balik ta rin nyo. So, mag-work muna bago mag-binge.
Work muna bago mag-binge or binge then, hindi, tama. Mas maganda yung sa'yo. Mas maganda yung sistema mo. But, well, another thing that I do, if it's something that's like super light and hindi ko masyado pag-iisipan, there are activities in my day that can be multitasked with binge watching. For example, putting on makeup. So for example, I'm getting ready. The reason why I don't have a lot of get ready with me videos, kasi for me, hindi niyo ako mapapafilm pagka nag-get ready with me ako. Because when I'm getting ready, I'm watching TV. Yeah, and sometimes when I'm really busy, yun lang yung oras ko para manood ng show. So, that's why, di ko alam baka iniisip ni Simon hindi ako nagtatrabaho. Pero pagka nanonood ako sa taas, sa office, ibig sabihin, nagme-makeup ako or
Pa-work ka
nagla-lunch
na.
ako.
Oo.
Yes. Oh. And then, yeah, I mean, there are ways to like insert it into your life without having it take over. So, there is really a way to have good balance.
Ako naman, one more tip before we move on to the next Ako, kino-combine ko siya sa habit. So ako kasi,
Ooh.
binibuild ko yung habit na gusto kong ma-clear yung sink before I sleep. Gusto ko makapaghugas, kumbaga.
Right.
Makapaghugas ng dishes before I sleep. So, ang nangyayari, ang motivation ko to wash the dishes or mag-load sa dishwasher is makikinig ako ng one episode ng podcast.
Camp Confidence.
Camp Confidence! Sabihin na natin Camp Confidence yan. Yun. So, yun yung parang tinatay ko yung habit with binging a podcast and clearing the sink. Para may motivation ako na, oh my gosh, makakakinig ako ng bagong podcast episode habang naglo-load sa dishwasher.
Yeah, I think these things are also applicable if you are into reading, if you want to get into reading or audiobooks, podcasts, yung mga ganon. These are things na you can do while you're doing something else. Yung mga low thinking, low brain energy tasks. It's quite easy to have them together and yun, nakaka-motivate siya. You look forward to the chore but at the same time you look forward to whatever it is that you want to watch. So ayun, I hope that's helpful, guys. And if you guys have any suggestions sa mga napapanood nyo, kung meron kayong recommendations for us, yung mga sa tingin nyo magugustuhan namin, let us know. Tag us at Camp Confidence Radio. You can also leave a comment if you're watching on YouTube. And if you're listening naman on Spotify, don't forget to subscribe and also leave us a 5-star rating. Thank you guys so much for listening and watching, and we hope to see you on the next one.
Bye!